So my Salem Community Vision colleagues and I have closely followed the police facility planning saga for 3 years. We know there's a better way than the wasteful, poorly planned $82 million bond measure on the November ballot, a way that makes City Hall and the library earthquake safe and gives Salem a perfectly adequate new 75,000 square foot police facility, all for $20 to $30 million less than what taxpayers now are being asked to pay for a supersized police facility alone. Here's why we know Salem can do better. Salem isn't a rich town. Our per capita income is 15% less than Oregon as a whole, 12% less than Eugene's, 28% less than Portland's. Salem has many problems that need money: affordable housing, homelessness, safe bike paths, deferred maintenance on city buildings, needlessly spending tens of millions of dollars on the police facility that can be built for much less will markedly hurt our ability to deal with those problems. If Salem was a palatial town, it might be okay to build a police palace, but we aren't, and it isn't okay. Now, second, the $82 million police facility plan, as TJ just said, is a full meal deal. This is what Councilor Steve McCoy said at the city council meeting where the plan was approved. I'm convinced that the full meal deal is the way to go. And I say, wow, what else in Salem gets the full meal deal? First-class treatment, no expense spared. What other need in Salem gets not only what was requested by advocates 2 years ago, but double that request? The police facility is a unique full meal deal. The disturbing image this brings to mind is of those hungry other unmet needs in Salem pressing their faces to a window, watching the police department gorge on an $82 million building that's way larger and way more expensive than it needs to be. Next, the size of the police facility has doubled in the past 2 years. This chart shows that it went from the 75,000 square feet in 2014 to the 75,000 to 106,000 square feet recommended by TJ's task force to the current 148,000 square feet. After several years of planning, that's what the police chief and the mayor said was needed, 75,000 square feet. They were totally on board with a 75,000 square foot proposal. There were community meetings where they said, this is just perfect. This will meet our needs for the next 30 to 40 years. The police facility task force that Mr. Sullivan chaired recommended a similar size in his final report, 75,000 to 106,000 square feet. Both consulting firms that spoke to the task force said the same thing. But after Chicago's DRR group got a contract for the city of Salem, the size ballooned to 148,000 square feet, double what city officials had been saying was the right size. And nobody on the city council except Tom Anderson challenged this. Anderson questioned why the building is being constructed to house future police officers added at an assumed rate of 2.4 officers a year, when the historical average since 1977 has been 1.3, half that rate, and there's been just 0.8 in the past 21 years, a third of the assumed rate. So the police facility is being built to house a large number of phantom officers who almost certainly won't be added to the force. Anderson also questioned the need to use 25,000 square feet and $11 million for a new 911 center when the current one is fine where it is in lease space for at least another 10 years, and over the next 30 years it costs less to lease than build. The center serves 22 communities, but Salem taxpayers are being asked to pay the whole construction cost. So our plan doesn't include a new 911 center. Plus, why the need for a very expensive parking structure, $26,000 a space, when hundreds of spaces are available in the Marion Parkade just a few blocks away, a block away actually. Police department officials told Anderson that it would be unsafe for police staff to walk from Marion Parkade to the police department in the middle of the night, which shows the new police headquarters can't even make the surrounding neighborhood safer. Finally, the cost per square foot is double what it should be. So here's another chart. This is Salem, $555 per square foot. This is Canby, that was mentioned, or $220. Eugene, the state police, which was built recently here off of Kugler, Albany, and Beaverton. So Salem is double the cost of 3 of the facilities that have been built in the past few years, and is 43% higher than Beaverton, which is a proposed facility. So not only are Salem taxpayers being asked to pay for a police facility that's double the size it needs to be, they're being asked to pay double per square foot for that police facility. And lastly, earthquake preparedness is being ignored. The City of Salem's previous 75,000 square foot police facility plan included money to make City Hall and the library earthquake safe, which made sense. The police department currently is in City Hall, which will collapse when the next Cascadia subduction zone earthquake hits, the big one. The big one will be the greatest disaster in the history of North America. It's a geological ticking time bomb that will go off. It's just a matter of when. On October 13, the city manager at the time, Linda Norris, said, the way it is right now, city employees wouldn't even be able to get out of the building alive, much less use the building. Thank you. Oh, well, yes, I would like to wrap it up. That went very quickly. So what we're saying is that we can build a 75,000 square foot police facility and seismically retrofit City Hall and the library for $60 million, saving $20 million for other needs in Salem.